You're kidding me! Right back again, made a game with my life.
Hello, everyone. Another crazy weekend. Did everybody enjoy the draft? This is Dante Suave and Mystah Jay, United World of Sports.
Everybody?
Let's go. So, all right. We gonna do the draft last because I actually got it pulled up and I actually wanna go through do a little recap and just get your opinion of like some of the picks from what I was able to watch because I know Saturday I thought it was coming on later, so so by the time I caught it, they was already on like round 7.
Yeah, because they started. I think they started at like 12:01, and they went
yeah, I
on
was
to
at
like
work.
about that.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I was at work at that time. Um, so yeah, we'll look back through it, but let's go. So this weekend, let me get it pulled up because I know I need to go back. I was telling you I need to go back and watch some of the games. Like I didn't see who officially won or how the game played out between the Lakers and the Rockets.
oh, that was a blowout.
Oh my God! And you know, I I I, I respect Colin Cowherd for a reason, and it's like he has takes, right?
Hmm.
And then when the details change and they start to look different, so does his opinion of the situation.
That's
So
been that's been like spreading like the flu lately.
so so here's the thing. We obviously, you included, um, when it came to the Lakers, beginning of the season, yeah, it wasn't looking good. We
Right.
were all saying what what was about to go down, and then things started to change. Uh, LeBron ended up figuring out that I can only assume that he figured out that he could trust Luca, that Luca was going to take over the team. So then
Mm,
well, I mean that's what happened. He kind of at least when Luca wasn't hurt, because remember they went from not being able to play together with everybody to all of a sudden the chemistry was able to work, and they were even including the people that everybody was wanting them to get rid of, like Hashimura and then Reeves. He stepped up, and then somehow, some way, and then they still got some work to do. Although they need help from the from Aiden himself, like he needs to help them help him be
he
included in
is
the game. So
he he's aggravating me now.
I, he he has been laughable to me since he got in the league because I didn't watch every game of him at Arizona, but the ones that I did watch, and everybody was just all over it. He was like, "Oh man, he gonna get the league. He gonna be." I'm like, "No, he's not." I'm like, "No, he's not."
No, because
And
he's never been dominant.
and then sure enough, you know, like I said, everybody get quiet. Everybody get quiet when I turn out to be right. And it's like, you know, I'm not trying to crap on the man. I'm
No,
just saying, according to what I see, y'all seeing dominant, but like with Zion Williams, when everybody was just all over it, he was going down the court, he was dunking. He's like, oh, he can't wait till he get to the NBA. He gonna be a monster, and I'm like, I love my Duke team, but yeah, he ain't it.
was
Um,
he still has not developed into that monster that they thought he was going to
he can't stay on the court.
be.
You got to be able to stay on the court to be able to develop it into the monster. You can show like glimpses here and there, you know, kind of like Embiid. You know, he gets on the court, he shows some glimpses of who we knew he used to be, and then all of a sudden he's back on the bench because he hurt again. It's, You know, so
it makes you mad because you're like, wait a minute,
yes,
what the heck is going on?
but I will say this, and I said it to you a little bit last week. I love the fact that every team in the playoffs is trying to take down the expected the people that everybody is expecting to be in the championship. They're making these playoffs an actual game. Well,
Oh yeah.
except for the Rockets.
Well, I mean, no, I won't say that because last night they whooped the Lakers' ass. They legitimately whooped their ass. They did
I,
not. They played defense. They caused turnovers. I turned the game off in the third quarter because it was no way that they were going to even. They couldn't even piece it together, and that was without KD. And being realistic, if the Lakers team from the first three games don't show up in a little bit of a semblance and cut down on turnovers, cut down on the stupid plays, and stop jawing with the young boys, they might they might get swept out and to be out.
I, I, I'll believe it when I see it because the first three
Go
games that
back
I
and watch
watched,
that game last night.
yeah, the first three games I watched, um, I was like dumbfounded, not completely surprised because everybody seems to do the same thing, out of respect for KD and think that he getting with these players, he gonna make them better. He's not gonna make them better because he's not that dude.
No, but they expect for him to be that dude.
That's one thing that him and LeBron have in common. LeBron will give you some nuggets, but he is not gonna look at you like, hey, um, you need to step up. You need to step up your game. You need to, he might give you some advice, but he's not gonna come at you like I'm the leader. Like, hey, you need to quit messing around. We trying to win. He's not gonna do that, and that's what makes him a great teammate. But unfortunately, that has affected his championship stature.
True, that's true.
You sit up there and the reporters. I'm glad the reporters stopped asking him because it was annoying. He gonna say the same thing. He gonna talk to you like you stupid, and then he gonna be like, they know what they supposed to do, and they're gonna do it. Like I don't need to follow him in behind no grown man. That's a grown man over there. He said it too many times.
He has. It's just that now it seems like it's funny because the way they was playing up until last night,
Uh-huh.
I was cool with it. I was like, okay, they actually showing that they can do what they need to do and make it worthwhile. So
I just hope they didn't get the big head like they just knew it was
that's what I'm
over.
worried about.
And then I hope that it's not true. I kind of been seeing what some of the analysts watching the game been saying, like spots where where Houston was like quitting on each other, and that they wasn't. I've been kind of seeing it. Now, if KD not being in the game is what they need to beat the Lakers, that is not going to be a good thing going into the offseason.
And no, but that's why they said head. Everybody's been saying heads is going to roll this off season. Why am I hearing it? Um, they've been saying that the heads was going to roll because you could not have KD was supposed to be the missing part, not the be all end all,
Right.
and they're making it to where he's the be all end all.
Yeah, he's not that player.
No, he's not. And that's why it's like, what the world are you gonna do when you sit up here? When you sit up here, what can you do when you cannot? They have to stop relying on an aging veteran, and they've been doing that too much. A lot of these teams have been trying to rely on an aging veteran to be what they want it to be, and it's not working.
And they definitely need need a point guard or two.
Oh yeah, that's a definite thing.
That's definitely been hurting them.
But see, but that's all. But that all comes down to where it's on them. They cannot. You cannot get. They cannot turn around and do the things that they've been doing and think that, oh, we got all these young guys, we got all this length, we got all this that's in here that's gonna cause havoc. Let's let that ride and see where the chips fall. And you go up against a veteran team, and that's the other thing. The Lakers team is veteran laden. So they and most of them have been in the playoffs at least a few times to where they can sit there and say, okay, we know how this atmosphere is. A lot of those dudes over there for Houston is barely battle tested. So now that they out there and they're dealing with it, it's like, okay, we're barely battle tested. Now we gotta step up. We got KD ain't coming around that corner to save us right now.
And Shengun is
Whoo! No, before you even start. Yesterday, oh, he played bully ball. And when I mean he played bully ball, he put Aiton on his back, was shoving him back all the way to underneath the rim. He put Hachimura on his back, was shoving him all the way back to there.
I
He played bully ball.
and I saw glimpses of that. It was just too bad that they lost in overtime because they should have won game
It
three.
should be 2-2.
Yeah, they should have won game three, but going down the stretch, Shagun, I guess he started feeling himself. I want to say to some extent he started feeling himself, and he started doing too much. Like that last shot that he put up, I was like, "What in the name of the basketball gods was that?" Like it was like he worked him down, but then he wasn't aware of like where he was, and then he like shot it into the side of the backboard, and I'm like, huh?
And
Like,
the crazy part about that is the Lakers had a few shots that was like that yesterday. That's what I'm saying. It was game four was a continuation of what game three turned into, but they gave it away in the last 30 seconds.
right.
Game four, the Lakers was down. Lakers didn't score 20 points, I think, in the first quarter. I want to say it was 20, it was 26-19 at the end of the first,
Yeah.
and they never got rolled.
And
And Adoka had said that the number one thing that they needed to stop was they needed to stop letting the Lakers get 30 plus points in that opening quarter, and then it was causing them having to be trying to fight from behind every single time. They shut them down yesterday. So it's going to be interesting to see when they go back to LA. Can they continue that momentum now? And then the other part is that because of what happened, does that make it to where Reeves comes back and plays Game 5? Because Reeves, they said, was on the cusp of being able to play Game 4, but as soon as they said KD wasn't playing, they didn't. They kept Reeves out, thinking that they had it. They was wrong.
right.
So I'm gonna see how that play out.
Yeah. Um. What else went down this weekend? Let me. I should have.
Minnesota. Minnesota is showing they need one more piece. They seriously need one more piece, and they'll be a threat in the West. Because here's the reason why.
Okay.
You got Rudy Gobert playing as Rudy Gobert, not trying to do anything else. They gave him one job: make Jokic's life miserable, and he's made Jokic's life miserable.
Okay.
You had Ant-Man clicking, you had the bench clicking, you had DiVincenzo clicking. DiVincenzo, sadly, tore his ankle, prayers out to, towards Achilles, prayers out to him for a speedy recovery.
Ain't Ant-Man hurt too?
And then Ant came down wrong and hyperextended his knee. He's out for weeks. And they could have folded because all that happened before halftime. They still went on to wax Denver.
Yeah.
So
Well. If I'm not mistaken, I'm I I'm pretty sure that it's not looking good for the Nuggets because of the same reason that back when he played for Milwaukee, the same thing happened to Milwaukee. Their third man, aka Middleton, for Milwaukee, and isn't Gordon hurt again?
Eric, no, he came back and played that last game. It didn't matter. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, but I mean, he come back and playing. Is he coming back and playing at 100%? Is he what's like what's going on? Are they playing the normal flow Nuggets when it's all three of them, and everything's working out, and Jokic is doing his thing, Aaron Gordon is doing his thing, which forces you to have to everybody deal with everybody one on one. When he is healthy, Aaron Gordon, Nuggets are hard to deal with, even if you try to call yourself shutting down Jokic. But him coming back from injury, that's not them at 100%. So the Timberwolves better take this now.
Right, and that's what I'm saying. If you told me that you're taking DiVincenzo and Ant-Man out versus just taking Aaron Gordon out, I would have put Murray and Jokic against Randall and whoever else you throw out there, and would put my money on Denver. But
I would not, just for the simple fact that Randall and Murray have something in common. They have a tendency to have their inconsistency kick in at the worst time.
Mm-hmm.
And that's why it's like I respect Murray. He cool, but that's why that's a big reason why when Aaron Gordon goes down, so does the Nuggets. Like, okay, yeah, he came back, he was in the game. Question: was he 100%? What did he go down with? Was he playing like Aaron Gordon that we know when the Nuggets be whooping everybody? That's something I would need to go and look and see, because just because he come back don't mean it on paper it means they good. But how was he playing though? Was he playing like normal, confident Aaron Gordon? That's a problem and makes the Nuggets a problem. So
yeah, true.
And that's the unfortunate part of it is like who am I getting? But in the East though, oh my God, where in the West things is looking pretty over. In the East, it's like I hope ain't nobody putting no money on this.
The East has been horrible. Man,
bro, I hope ain't nobody putting no money on this on nothing in the East. Like I wouldn't even put anything on the Celtics and the 76ers the way the 76ers been playing. They are scary like they could possibly take it to 6 or 7. Whether Embiid is in there or not.
Right. In the 76ers, but 76ers, it basically comes down to if Edgecombe and Maxey are they going to be showing out and dropping 50 to 60 points versus what the J&J Music Factory is doing for Boston. If they get 25 and close to 10 assists or rebounds each, then they're hard to stop because especially if it's the assist, because that means everybody's hitting from the outside. But with edge on them, if they're driving, they're getting them into foul trouble, that creates that issue. And it's the East was always going to be a toss-up because you knew Detroit was number one, but was they really number one? And that became painfully obvious because they're in a battle right now. So it's not
Orlando is looking like the Orlando that everybody expected to see all season.
Right. And Orlando is playing like they said. We're not scared of them. So that's what makes it to where it's dangerous when you got an 8 versus a 1 and they saying that they're not scared of them.
They shouldn't be. They got talent on their team.
Yeah. That's why I was like, I didn't see why Orlando shouldn't have been playing in the play-in game.
Right.
They shouldn't have been. But it comes into play to where it's like, okay, what do you do? So I feel when it comes to the East, when it comes to that whole where my stats go? So I just had my stats up for the NBA for those things. For the East, right now, even for tonight, it's a must win for Detroit in Orlando.
Yeah.
They cannot go back to Detroit down 3-1. That's a given. Then you got two other games that are in the West. So they ain't gonna really count. But then you got tomorrow. You got the.
You think Boston gonna close it out?
Boston needs to.
I know.
They need to close it out. Boston needs to close it out.
Get some rest.
Yep. Boston needs to close it out. The longer they stretch it out, the worse it's gonna be. And then the Hawks and the Knicks to me is a toss up. Because it depends on who shows up for the Knicks.
Oh my God, that is so horrible. And the only thing I can think of when it comes to the Knicks is everybody that was talking and that was talking because the coach got fired and they like the Knicks is gonna win. It's home. And then the season started and they went, what? Huh? Like what happened? Like y'all fired Thibodeau. That's what y'all wanted. Y'all wanted to fire Thibodeau. Y'all fired Thibodeau. Where the defense go?
You wanted the players coach that was more offensive minded instead of the defensive coach that was going to keep it to where they locked down.
If they could have just got him to use more of the bench, they were going to be a problem. That's it. Well, remember, you saw glimpses, even though they ended up losing that series, you saw glimpses of when they actually stuck the bench players in there. The bench players was doing their thing, and even I was like, how come y'all haven't been playing these people all season? Why? But that is what Thibodeau does. He has a certain number of people, not the whole roster. He has a certain number of people that he trusts, and he rides them till the cows come home.
Rides them hard.
Yeah, and that has been, unfortunately, that's been his Achilles heel his whole career, because that's been what he does. And the question is had anybody, if anybody could have forced him to go, hey, you do understand that you have like a whole roster of players. Why don't you try to, instead of getting your star players pissed at you or your reliable players pissed at you, How about you use? Don't worry about what everybody else doing. I know it's what you used to, but we got these other players over here for a reason. And plus, if you rest, if your other star players are able to rest a little bit, you're able to do some damage. That was part of what helped them beat Boston.
Yeah, but he's an old school coach. He's not going to.
I get that.
He gets used to his. He gets used to his rotation. He gets used to what he wants to do, and then he lets it sit.
That's why they say you can't teach an old dog new tricks.
No, but the crazy part about it is that you saw the response that he got when he was at D Rose's retirement ceremony, when they all was like, if it wasn't for him, we wouldn't have had the careers we had in the league. He rode us, but he made us better. So that, and the Knicks is going to, be upset because if they get bounced out in the first round, do they fire Mike Brown? Then where do you go?
Man, if they go out in the first round,
they go out in the first round. Here's the thing: they go out in the first round. Billy Donovan will be the head coach of the Knicks next season.
You think?
Mm-hmm.
Have to keep an eye on that. You heard it here first, folks.
It makes perfect sense. Because realistically, think about how Mike Brown got. Think about what happened with Mike Brown in Sacramento. Mike Brown was in Sacramento. They rode that wave, that light the beam, and shocked everybody a couple of years ago with that team with De'Aaron Fox and Malik Monk and all them doing that.
Yeah.
And then as soon as a little bit of adversity happened, that whole team crumbled and he was fired.
Right.
Now, that's Sacramento. How you think it's going to be in New York?
Yeah.
They going to want blood if they done been close to reaching the finals the past couple of years and in the finals and then turn around and they out in the first round.
Yeah.
And because everybody's going to immediately say, we should have never got rid of the coach. Well, if that's what you want.
Yep, that's what the players wanted, and everybody wanted the players to be happy. Like what he doing to new players ain't right. I saw that all online. What are you doing?
Mm-hmm.
Which fair, to be fair, that
it's
was
not,
true.
But here's the thing, life's not
true.
fair.
Right. Life's not fair, but technically there was a point there. Like we talked about last year with the Eagles. It's the people that were dogging Jalen, whatever the heck was going on, I felt like it was more than just the offensive coordinator issue.
It might have been.
Because even if it's just the offensive coordinator issue, the part that don't make no sense is you're still Jalen Hurts. You're still, remember, and this is how you separate. How many times did Josh McDaniels, who was the most successful offensive coordinator with the Patriots, how many times did he leave? And yeah, you saw some blips in the Patriots, but Tom was still there.
Mm-hmm.
So he figured it out. It wasn't going to always lead to a Super Bowl anyway, even if Josh McDaniels had stayed the whole time.
Yeah.
So, and that's the difference between, that's why I say part of it is not just the coach. Yeah, the coach has to be there. You have to have the head coach, the assistant coaches. You got to have good stock around the players. But if the players don't walk in the door with the right mentality, That's part of the reason, in my opinion, why we're seeing what we're seeing. Because there are actual players that actually want to step up. They actually understand that their reputation is on the line. Coach be damned.
Yep.
You're going to get criticized for how you guys are performing. So you guys better figure it out together. Just figure it out.
But most of the time now, what's happening is that as soon as it gets a little bit bumped or a little bit of an issue with the team, it's I'm not the coach's fault. He gotta go.
Yeah.
And it's like, why are we building our teams like that?
That's the way it's always been.
Nah. They try to make it that way.
Except for the Spurs. Except for the Spurs, yeah, pretty much. I hate to say it like that, but they keep people and they hang on to people that they should probably let go of, and then in order to let go of them and let go of them cheap, all of a sudden now you start hearing more leaks.
I would say the Spurs and OKC.
Yeah.
That's the main two, because I was about to say the Warriors, but that whole dynamic right now is making me scared / pissed, because they're going to end up
I will say this. I know that me and you had this conversation and we did not agree initially.
Mm-hmm.
But you got to say that there was some fire to that thing about what happened with Kuminga. Because Kuminga looks totally and completely different. And he is happy. And the way he is playing, I'm like, holy crap. Where was this in Golden State?
I believe so.
There was.
How?
What? What happened?
Cooper Flag just won Rookie of the Year over Kyle Knippel.
You knew that was going to be a toss-up anyway.
No. When you a rookie and you lead the league in the one statistic that everybody loves, and you got your team to where they were almost in the playoffs. Dallas wasn't even sniffing the playoffs.
He wasn't sniffing the playoffs, but everybody was feeling Flag. They was.
I get that, but he beat him in points per game and everything else. The Nipple beat him.
But he did not beat him in popularity.
And that's why that's some bullshit. That's some bullshit. That's grade A bullshit.
You know,
I know it. But that's the part that's irritating, because it's like, how in the world do you expect for me to sit there and give you some type of respect on those statistics and everything that's out there for it when you giving awards and they saying it was a narrow victory? That means who asked that he kiss that loved him that gave him the award? Because I don't care what nobody says. Nipple was a better rookie than Cooper Flag this season. You had defenses keying on him, and they still couldn't stop him. Cooper Flag, you took him out the game. Dallas lost.
Yeah. And that's probably what won it for him. Like the only reason they did as good as
they didn't win shit.
True, but even like you said, it was worse when they took him out.
This shit, that just made my head hurt. Damn it. I thought for sure I was about to sit up here and see Nipple got his just rewards after that.
No, sir.
Damn. All right, back to what we talking.
Yeah. So yeah, because you caught me completely off guard with that.
Because I
Like,
just
we're
because
like, wait, what?
it just broke. It literally just broke while we were on there, and I'm like, I saw the notification the first time, and I was like, flag, and then I saw it pop up again from Bleacher Report. I was like, oh, what?
Oh God. Oh man.
It's
That's
just
wild. That's wild. And I got love for both, so I would have been happy. Obviously, they come from my college team, so the fact that they were both fighting for it was just I was tickled either way. I was like, wow, that's
yeah.
how many times has that happened? It's like two kids get drafted from the same school and they're both fighting for rookie of the year.
And I'm
We'll have to
not
research
knocking
that.
it.
We'll have to research that and bring that up next week. How many times has that happened?
It's not often.
in NBA history. You know that shows the pedigree that came out of Duke. As much you want to say, I know they folded. They kind of folded up a little bit. You know, in their last tournament that they was in. Things did not go the way it was appearing that it should have gone.
Yeah.
But we saw the talent, and I saw the talent in Knipple. I totally liked Knipple. So I as soon as I saw he got drafted, I'm like, yeah.
Oh my God.
But
Shoot.
all right. So let's see. So that we could put a pin in this. Who do you think is closing theirs out in the next game? For all of them.
Oh shoot. Pull this back up here. So who do I think and who should? Or okay, so who do I think? Thunder's closing out.
Yeah.
Closing out.
Yeah, that was
Sun. That was a cakewalk.
Dylan Brooks, I feel like Dylan Brooks, that all that bravado this is why you need more than bravado, bro. And you know, I can respect the bravado, but when the playoffs hit and it gets serious, where you at? And they were looking like a good team. Even Grayson, who I was not feeling when he was at Duke because of all his little antics. He has gotten better as a player. I got respect for him now. You know, I'm back. I'm a fan of his now. I like his play now because he ain't doing all that ridiculousness. Oh Jesus, yes.
Oh, they ain't at Denver. They ain't closing out.
Did you watch? Did you watch the game? God, I want to say, it was Devin Booker. Did you watch that game?
Which one? Which one of them with Devin? When he got
when it basically it was this last game because one of the first ones that he got hit with. He got hit with this foul where he came down and then he extended his arm out. They didn't call a foul then.
Mm-hmm.
But what they called a foul on was when he jumped in the air, and this is part of what Gil was mad about. But I definitely wanted to talk about that. We was talking about that part whether Gil was talking about it or not, because what happened? Like I said, he came down, he stopped, extended his arm, spun around. Then when he jumped up in the air, Caruso knew he was trying to get the body contact.
Oh yeah,
He jumped up in the air and he floated forward. And Caruso is a beast because he worked it on back and made sure he didn't make contact with him. And
gave that look like he had fouled.
It gave a look like Devin Booker had like hit him in the face. I don't know if Devin hit him in the face.
No,
but,
he didn't. I saw the replay. He didn't. He didn't.
And yeah, because it was late. So even I thought of like, yeah, you faked that part. But kudos to Caruso because way he kind of just slid back because he knew Devin was trying to get the contact, and that's why Devin was holding on to the ball. He was trying to wait till he heard the whistle, and then he was going to release it. But he never heard the whistle until after Caruso started faking like he got hit in the face.
Yep.
So
it was bad. It was savvy.
Yes, it was.
It was very savvy. But Devin Booker for the past couple of games has came to the realization the hard way, to where you might have thought you was a superstar. You're not a superstar. You're a very good player.
I don't care who it is. I'm sick and tired of all this. As much as I want to give Marcus Smart his kudos because he be doing his thing, all this acting.
But that's what the league has become.
I'm sick and tired of watching all this acting. Not everybody. Now there's one difference when it comes to Shea. Shea lets you play yourself.
Right.
Like they tried to compare it, the play that Booker did on Caruso. They tried to compare that. No, it's different. If you could give Grammy awards for timing of getting a foul call, Shea gets the Grammy every time.
Oh yeah.
Ain't nobody worried about him being a brother. He getting it every time. Cause the way he times it, like the play that they tried to compare it to, where Shea, yeah, it wasn't a natural move. He saw the arm swinging down. He made sure that when he came up, his arms were going to meet his. You're right. It wasn't a natural move. But he knew that the smack was coming, that the reach in was coming, and he made you pay.
Yeah. And see, that's the part of it. The savvy part of it is when you bait them into it and then they bite.
I mean, he times it perfectly. As soon as they reach in, or like in that situation, he knew the arm was coming down. So he just made sure that when he jumped up, he made sure that his arms were going to get hit. And, I just, now, do I wish that the only time that I don't like when he does it is like in the Booker situation. If you were more concentrated on making the shot than getting the foul, worry about making the shot. That's what I don't like about Dante. You sit up here and you're more worried about getting the foul. Make the shot. Make the shot. If you don't make the shot, then the foul don't matter. To me. Because as talented as you are and as gifted as you are at hitting the shots, hit the shot, worry about the foul second. Now, if you're going into a whole bunch of people and the chances of you not making the shot are high, okay, that's different. But if you got the shot, take it.
Yeah.
I'm getting so sick and tired, and I told you I can't remember what teams it was, but I remember what happened. There was a play, and it ended up costing them. Why in God's name? Time is running off the clock. You ran to the rim. You were at the rim. And instead of putting the shot up, you could have. You kept going. Ended up stepping out of bounds because you was trying to get it around the defender to the person in the 3-point. And
But that's how they are.
I wish I could remember the game. I could remember
Was
who
that the
was playing.
Florida basketball? Was that wasn't the Florida college game, was it?
No. This happened this weekend. I just can't remember if it was Friday night or Saturday night who I was watching, but I literally wanted to reach through the screen and it was like that's one of the moments where I can't be coach because that person would not want to see me when they came. They wouldn't want me calling timeout. They would no. You were right there at the rim. You had a high percentage you could make shot. And instead of taking that, you kept going, and you ended up stepping out of bounds, trying to get it around the defender in the corner for the three. And then the other team went down and made you pay. And I sat there like, you know what, good. I started clapping. I'm like, you know what, good. They deserve that. Because that was ridiculous. That was absolutely, positively ridiculous.
But that's what the game has turned into now. It's made it to where now if you're trying to fight it to be to where you want it to be done in the context of you trying to score the hoop. Now they're trying to do it on the context of if I get the foul, I got 2 free shots, ain't no time ticking off, or if I can make the spectacular pass and get the Sports Center highlight or the game winner. It's gotten too highlight driven than it is win driven. And some of those moves that they do when we sit there, we're watching it, we're like, why would you even, what are you thinking? What is wrong with you? Slap yourself. We'll sit there and go through that whole gambit of feelings.
I don't care if it's a team. I don't care if it's my team. I don't care if I'm just watching the game. I'm watching the game. I love the game.
Mm-hmm.
I want to see you make smart decisions. I want to see a good game. I want to see a good game. Both teams making smart decisions. I want to see it. The games that have gone down to the wire have been absolutely entertaining.
Yeah.
Everybody's making smart decisions, making the other team work for it. Oh my God! It's like, this is what the game is supposed to be about. Now, if you're my team and you blowing out the team that ensures a win, that's cool. I would definitely take that, but for the most part, I want to see good play. Even if I want to see one team lose, I still want to see good play by both. Make it hard on the other team.
But and some of them now are making it to where it's just blatantly easy for anybody to get what they need to, and get. That's what's causing these blowouts, or like in the case of the Arizona, wow, the Houston Lakers game, that last 30 seconds, it was like all you had to do was hold on to the ball. What are you doing? Where did fundamentals go? How did you reach out? Why would you reach out on a 3-point shooter on a 3-point shot and they down by 6? Just stick your hands up. Marcus Smart's not that good of a 3-point shooter. I can see if it was Luke Kennard doing it. But you overstretched and he got you on the foul. He's savvy enough to get you to reach in order to get the foul. That's on you.
Yeah, I mean, it and that's why I say the one thing. If anybody says for me, coming at me, talking about I'm hating on anybody, that shows that you don't listen.
No.
2, you don't really know me. I don't want to, even if I say something that could be considered negative about a person, well, did they do what they did? what I was criticizing them about. Did they do what they did? Yes or no?
Mm-hmm.
And you can give me the yeah, but no, ain't no yeah, but because if, like I said, human nature, we carry ourselves a certain way. Even if it's a bad habit, it will bleed into everything we do. You can't, as humans, we can't help it. If you got bad habits, it bleeds into everything. It bleeds into parenting. It bleeds into relationships. It bleeds into your work. So if you're a basketball player, it's going to bleed on the court.
Yeah.
If you're a football player, it's going to bleed on the field. Hockey and so on. Baseball and so on. It's going to happen. And that's why you have to be mindful. I feel like a lot of these teams, I feel like Philly would be doing better had they just figured out a way to have been done with Embiid and found his replacement.
Embiid, I'm gonna take flack for saying this.
Okay.
I want them to go back to where you're not just looking at the height and the ball handling as a means of you drafting a player in the NBA now. I want you to go back to, if you got the height, you better have some size, and you better work within 10 to 15 feet. Your bid range better be on point. Your drop step to the rim should be on point. Your back down should be on point. Yes, if you can shoot a three, I would like that as a plus, but not as your be all end all to where you can keep where that's where you want to live at. We've let it go to where we've gotten enamored with the skill sets of these big guys being able to do all that. But the fact of the matter that we fail to realize when it comes to that is that the more that they're out there on the perimeter playing, you're leaving them open to even more injury from them trying to dribble, cross over, explode off of it. They're not built to do all of that. Or think about in the case of Wemby. Wemby was trying to go after it. He tripped and fell. He had no way of bracing himself. And you think about it from this standpoint. Everybody was upset that Wemby got the concussion when his head bounced off the court. What would have happened if he would have tried to put his arms out there in order to brace himself? If he would have sprained an elbow, sprained a shoulder, broke something, the Spurs' whole playoffs would have been out the window.
Yeah.
So this is one of the times to where be happy you just got a concussion. Because it's just because he fell, it was still a hard hit. Don't get me wrong.
Right.
But it could have been way worse.
Oh yeah, for sure. All right. So for me, I think Boston's gonna close it out. I honestly, from watching them games, watching Kuminga, watching what the Hawks have been doing, I honestly don't know. I haven't trusted the Knicks all season, so I'm not sure on that one. Well, obviously theirs is not going to get closed out on the next game, and same with the Cavaliers and the Raptors. I honestly don't know who's going to take that one because I don't know who really wants it more.
I think, and you're starting to see Cleveland fall into the James Harden trap.
No, they're winning a championship this year, sir.
They can't. You're falling in the James Harden trap because here's the reason why I said they fell into the James Harden trap. James Harden wanted to get traded to Cleveland, right?
Yeah.
He wanted to go chance to win a championship, right?
Yep.
So why in the hell would you sit up there and say you opting out your contract right before the playoffs?
He saw the writing on the wall.
Or you trying to box him into the corner and making it to where if we make a long run, you're gonna have to pay me because you're gonna want me to keep the team together.
That
So
too.
now you're gonna have to pay me in order to keep me.
Yeah, that too. I just you know, I just God, God
I don't
love,
even know what to even say when it comes to that because it made me mad when I heard it.
God love that guy. He just he cannot help himself. He has to prove me right. I just I'm kind of feeling like he's doing this on purpose. It's like he's proving me right on purpose. It's like every single time he looks up and he goes and he goes to a new team and people start screaming, "Oh, they're going to a championship." And I just start laughing. I'm like, "Based on what?" He has not been to a championship since he left OKC.
And there it is. That's the reason why. Every place he's gone to, it's always been under the impression of he's the person that's going to take them over the top. And he's had that complex of wanting to be the man at every place he's been at since he was at OKC when he was the sixth man.
Yeah.
So I think he gets off on holding that control. But it sucks because you mess up a whole bunch of teams' setup because of those thought processes. And everything that they're going to be doing, they're never going to be, even if they keep them and they bring them back. We've seen it where that initial run when they've had them, any team that's had them, it's been great. It's got him MVPs and stuff. But as it's worn down, it's just gotten worse and worse and worse. And this realistically, to me, is his last shot.
You're more gracious than me. I thought he was I thought he was done. I thought it started to be done with Philly, and then when Houston didn't work out, I'm like, yeah, it's over. Because there's just while he's bouncing around trying to figure out what team's gonna get him to a championship, teams that he's not on in both conferences are getting better.
Right.
And they're usually better than the team he ends up on.
And it's sad because you've done. Let's be realistic here. And I just watched a little E60 yesterday about when Seattle went to OKC and how and the whole Oklahoma mentality that they have there for it. It's sad to see how that core three, that big three that they had there that lost to Miami, they really haven't done anything. Yes, they've gotten MVPs, they've gotten accolades, but they ain't got the only chips. The only ones that's won chips was KD, and now it's looking more and more like KD can't win. KD will have that asterisk. He can't win one without Steph. And that's going to suck because he's going to have the records. He's going to be in that top 5 scoring and everything else. But that asterisk is going to be you could not win a title without Steph. Same thing with Russ. Russ couldn't win without KD. And they still couldn't get past that. So it all continues to build and snowball on top of each other. And then with Harden, they all just bounced around. They've all bounced around for their entire career.
Yeah, Westbrook was another one. I respect his talent, but I just felt like the way he played,
The way he played had a shelf life.
the way he played, he he wasn't like Chris Bosh. Had he been able to be like Chris Bosh, they could have done something at OKC. But the problem was everybody was talking about Durant, and he kind of played like, hey, wait a minute, I'm here too. It's like, bro, calm down. We know you there. We know you talented, but you over there with another monster. So y'all got to figure out how to run this together.
But that's where the argument comes into play that too many teams, too many alphas never work.
And that was
too
the
many
thing.
wannabe alphas.
What's his face never wanted to be an alpha. It like even when he was in OKC, he did not want to be an alpha. Everybody kept calling him the leader of the team, and Durant was like shooting that down even while he was in OKC.
Right.
Like,
He
yeah.
never wants to be the alpha. He don't want to be the alpha in Houston right now. He's
Right.
the old dog on there.
Right. And
That's why I'm like, what are you? When do you? When does it click in your head to accept the fact of you have to be? I'm trying not to be. No. I've said I'm adopting that throughout this whole year. Sometimes you got to grow up and let your balls drop. You cannot sit up there and try to avoid being called the leader, the head of anything else. You want to be the biggest scorer. I just want to go out there and go play basketball. You sound like a kid that their parents sitting up there telling them you can't go play with your friends, and you just sit up there saying, well, I just want to go play basketball. And it's not like you don't care what nobody's saying about you, because you sit up there and you troll everybody on social media.
With these burner phones, what are we doing? How old are you? With these burner accounts, I'm so. That's
what I'm saying. It makes sense.
That's
how many people do you know that say they don't care what people think, act like they care what people think as much as he does? He cares. It's okay just to say you care. But you can't not you have to come to that point of acceptance. Once he comes to that point of acceptance, he will probably end up winning a championship. To me, like, before we switch off the subject, to me, realistically, the following people need to move to either go to Golden State, the Lakers, or New York. Giannis, KD, or LeBron. That's the only way they're going to end up in the next 3 years winning a championship to compete.
No.
But none of them's going to do it, because some of them ain't going to do it because of their pride.
Giannis, okay. Anybody else, I'll believe it when I see it. Anybody else that you said, I will believe it when I see it.
But see, even Giannis, though. Giannis with that whole thing where he blocked opportunities to get traded. Or then he turned around and he did get traded. Or they had it in there for it and he vetoed it. It's not going to, none of them. The only one that right now with their current setup, if they come back and they say, I'll take less to stay, that has a legitimate shot, is LeBron. And matter of fact, I'll throw Curry in there too. Because let's be real. As a Warriors fan,
Uh-huh.
if Kerr doesn't come back, what's the reason of trying to keep that band together?
Keep
There
up
is
with
none.
these. I've said a long time ago that they should have dropped Draymond. But here's the other thing that issue that people quietly, because he was being successful and he was being the man, they kind of put it out there, but they didn't put a whole lot of oomph behind it. Can Curry play with younger players?
He's not going to have no choice because that's the room. That's the big rumor that's going around right now. They are. That's what we started talking about before. The Warriors are in limbo because on one end, Kerr is burnt out. On the other end, he doesn't want to abandon Draymond and Steph. Draymond is under the impression of he's willing to take a pay cut to stay in order for them to get younger, fresher talent.
Kick rocks.
I get that, and I'm all with that.
No, kick rocks. Like no, it's if Steph is saying what Draymond is saying, okay, cool. Draymond,
Right.
no.
But Draymond they've given Draymond, with all the drama that has happened, they've given Draymond the same feeling of importance that he's on the level of Curry. And that's the part that's messing them up. Because
Yes.
it should not be hard to get rid of him and move on from there. But that nostalgic feeling that they want to hold on to the detriment of growing.
You're holding on to him, and he's still, yes, the number of times is going down, but it's still happening, and it's still hurting the team. You need him on the court.
Right. But even when he's on the court, his stats are failing. That's why he's willing to take the pay cut. He knows he's not the same.
Right. It was like your stats failing, and then I got to worry about your temper. No. Your ego is outweighing your talent. It's time to go.
And that's the part of it that I don't think that they've grasped on that he needs to go. And it's sad because like I said, I would love for it to be where they could figure out a way to win a championship and ride off into the sunset. But I'm not dumb. So I know it's gonna need to be imploded. And as if I was wearing a general manager hat and I want a fresh start, Curry wouldn't be excluded either.
Right.
Like I said before, I would sit there and say, look, you will be a Warrior for life. When you retire, you're going to sign a one-day contract and you're going to come back and retire as a Warrior. But we owe it to you while you still have some miles left, knowing that we about to rebuild, to give you an opportunity to get another championship, to get to that fifth one. So where can we send you in order to make that work? That to me would be respecting the legacy of the Warriors and giving the person that made the Warriors back to where they was an opportunity to go out with another chip. Because he's not going to win one with Golden State unless Golden State just lucks up all the way across the board over the next couple of years.
Yeah, because that whole thing with Porzingis, he can't stay healthy.
Porzingis needs to retire.
Yes. If he could figure out what's going on so that he could stay healthy, he would be a great piece anywhere. But it just he's bordering toward Embiid at this point.
Yes.
So yeah, Um, but so we're gonna do some pivoting, catch some things up. So,
Okay.
uh, what do you think about what Tiago Splitter said? It was like he was taking a subtle shot, and to me, it's kind of warranted, only because while I get he's the interim coach, he's got them battling in the playoffs, and
It should be a
they actually look pretty good. I know my Spurs have gone up 3-1 at this point. I know,
mm-hmm.
but they were looking like they weren't going to make the playoffs.
Mm-hmm.
And to go from that, I say him doing what he's doing should at least give him some grace, give him a shot. Because whoever you bring in, it is while it's no guarantee that he is going to be able to like continue this wave. True. Certain teams have shown, even if you don't go with the interim coach and you go with somebody else, if it's not going to work, it's not going to work. At least this dude is showing some promise. Give him a chance, see what happens. I mean, he comes from a great coaching tree. I mean, I know I'm being biased because he used to be a Spur. But I mean,
No, but the fact, but you heard the rumors also that the owner is a miser.
is a what?
He's a miser. He does not like to spend money at all. So I would not be surprised that he tries to go get some young coach that he can play less and then sit there and say, okay, let me try to keep this team at the salary cap as what they are right now and let it ride. This isn't the Allen family running Portland now. And this guy, and when it comes to that, in the midst of everything that's gone on, there's no way, shape, or form dude should not have had some type of extension or something already done. Because he came in the midst at the beginning of the season, he came in and took over that team in complete chaos and got them to the playoffs and got them looking good. Any other person would have been, let's drop the tag. You are our coach. This guy's like, nah, let's see how far you goes. Then we'll try to decide if we're gonna pay you or not. That's why there wasn't a shot. That was a blatant, yo, look at what you got in front of you right now. Are you gonna risk
it? Okay. I hope they do it. Not just because he's a former guy. Not just because him Skip Bayless made him a star on First Take for like a good 15 minutes. Because I don't know if you remember the segment. It was some years ago. But I'm pretty sure Skip was just trying to get under Stephen A's skin, and he succeeded greatly. Because they were talking about, he was like, name me some players that anybody needs to be scared of. And he said Tiago Splitter, and Stephen A snapped out. It was hilarious.
Yeah.
It's like, wait, I thought you were going, and he starts naming off players. You're like, you give me Tiago Splitter. I'm like, who is Tiago Splitter? Oh God. I'm gonna have to see if I could try to find that online, because that just, oh my God, that was so funny. Quick hitter though, you remember when we were talking about a couple weeks ago, all of the things that made LeBron say it was time to leave Miami.
Mm-hmm.
Your boy Michael Beasley seconded the Dwayne Wade story about the cookies on the plane.
What did he do it on? Everybody's been telling me I need to watch the interview that he did with Shay.
Let's see here. He,
Because
I don't think he was on Shay on this because it doesn't look like. It looked like he was on somebody's show. I can't tell whose though, because World Star Hip Hop. Somebody on World
was his
Star
hair
Hip Hop
loose?
posted it. Yeah.
Then he was on Club Shay Shay.
Oh, okay.
Because he went. There's a lot of things that was wrong with that young man, and to hear everything that he's gone through, even with the fact of like his family, like his situation with his mom and everything else, he never reached his full potential in the league. And so when they said that story with LeBron them, and I think I heard what he said when he confirmed that one, it was it got kind of lost in the conversation of the entire interview as a whole. Because the entire interview as a whole, there was some things in there to where you sat back and he was like, damn, that he was going through during that time frame, and then even afterward. So it's like you have to. I think that one of the biggest things about that whole story when it comes to LeBron is that it shows how petty he is.
Oh my. Wow.
What?
I'm guessing by this post that I found, that AJ is a Patriot.
Oh, you just now hearing about that?
Yeah, I've been at work all day.
Okay, so and so this will be a perfect way to pivot into the draft and everything because AJ will be a June 1st trade after June 1st trade. That way his cap hit will be less to New England for draft picks next year.
Okay.
That's why Harry Roseman did what he did to Pittsburgh on opening night. Because when Mekhi Leonard was on the phone with Pittsburgh, getting ready to get announced for it, Dallas had the pick before them. Philadelphia called Dallas and said, we want your pick now. Let's swap. They swapped and they drafted Lemon while he was on the phone with Pittsburgh. So if you watch the clip been circulating since Thursday night. You'll see the clip of him on the phone, and then he'll say, "Why is Philly calling me?" Then you'll see his agent come in with another phone, like, "This is Philly. They're drafting you right now. They traded up to get you." And they was like, "What?" And he still had the phone open to Pittsburgh.
Now, here's the thing. I knew as soon as I saw him drafted, I literally said, AJ's gone.
Yeah, it was already. They announced that started coming out from Schefter before the draft. That deal was pretty much done. They just waiting until June 1st.
And I had a feeling that they were, because they kept talking about it. Every time I turned around and I seen a reel or I seen a post where somebody was talking about, well, AJ did used to play for Vrabel, and Vrabel was upset, and they showed this video. I don't know who had the video and who was sitting on it, but apparently there was a video of when he was still in Tennessee, and he was sitting in a room, and as soon as he found out AJ was gone, he got up and walked out.
Yeah. Yeah, I believe it.
And I mean, at that time he was the best thing that they had going, so I get it.
Yes.
So, but he wasn't happy. So I also get why they let him go. It just,
right.
now that means that he's with my Pats. But I found it
They
funny.
got bigger things to be worried about than that situation.
I just hope that uh, I just hope that Josh McDaniels is able to bring the best out of him. He's definitely gonna have to do more than just running deep routes in order to get the ball.
And you want to know what's the sad part about that? They probably bringing him in just to be a taller Stephon Diggs. And that's not how he plays. So I don't see it working. But you read.
Uh, I don't know if you've been hearing about it, but apparently, I can't tell who cheated on who. But I don't know if Clay cheated on Megan
We ain't talking about that shit.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
It's here's the thing, and I had this conversation with somebody before this show came on, and I'm not saying this I'm not taking this the wrong way. I'm taking this as a girl dad, as a 3-time reigning champion girl dad with one granddaughter.
Okay.
You cannot sit there and get mad when you've only been portraying one thing throughout your career, and none of your relationships work.
Oh, okay.
And the craziest thing about it is that there's a meme that's out there, right?
Yeah.
That is a picture of her, is a cartoon of her from the WAP video, like on the couch.
Yeah.
And every single person that we know of, that's in the industry that she done messed around with, in chronological order, all the way up to Clay.
Gotcha.
So yes, you were playing house. Yes, you were. You cannot. If there's one thing that people that know the game understands, is there's people that you just don't really, unless they already been established in a relationship, it's not going to work getting in a relationship with them. That is musicians, because they're always on the road, and athletes, because they're always on the road. And Clay came back out and said something to the instance of how much money he was giving her per week to keep her lifestyle up. Remember, this is the person that take care of everything on their own. But he's giving her this. When he told her that she needed to tone it down and go down to this, then she wanted to start hanging around some of his teammates. So he was like, so I started hanging around some of your friends.
No.
But Clay's a bachelor. And it's the same thing. This is I'm not. Let's be real. Who was the first person that brought out who let the world know that they was dating Clay Thompson? Was it Clay or was it her?
You know what? I don't even remember. I just remember seeing it while I was flipping through Facebook.
So it was her. And she was the one putting out all the photos and everything of it. Clay was just, Clay's always been, what's the most you've seen on social media with Clay? Clay with his dog and Clay on his boat. That's what I'm saying. It's not, artists and athletes rarely work. We have instances where we got Tamia and Grant Hill. We got Holly Robinson Pete and Rodney Pete with the actor and the football player. We do have instances where it works, but most of the time it doesn't. So am I shocked that they broke up? No. Am I shocked that it lasted as long as it did? Yes. Am I upset? Am I as upset as a lot of people? Uh, a lot of people are putting out there. Oh, girl, we about to be out. We with Megan this whole summer. We ain't giving no dudes no chance. We need a break. It's all about us this summer. Rah rah, system Bob. After Cardi and Stefan and now Clay and Clay and Megan. Oh my God, we ain't caring about nothing this summer. We gonna be out here. We gonna be doing whatever we want to do. If these men, what's Clay gonna be doing on his boat, riding around? And if he turns up with somebody else, and if she turns up with somebody else, is it gonna matter? No. So it pop culture. This is the stuff that pop culture relies on in order to make news hits.
Gotcha.
So,
So, let's see. Were there any surprises in the first round? Who do you felt did like the better job?
Dallas surprised me with how they moved.
Right.
Um, the Jets did very well with their pick. And then everybody else was just kind of like, because it became kind of funny when you're looking at it and you're like, okay, some of these players, like Bane dropping as far as he did was shocking to me.
Well, I mean, you knew it was going to happen. This is why I agree with you that I don't like when stuff all of a sudden comes out around draft time because you know what that is. Everybody knows what that is. It just, but that's why you continue to warn players like, hey, I know you out here. We know you grown. We know you trying to have fun. Please be mindful that there are people paying attention to the fun that you are having or your actions, and it's going to get held against you later. Just please have your fun, but do it responsibly, which is hard. Trust me, it's hard to be young and have fun and do it responsibly. I'm not saying it like this is some easy thing, but it's something you have to do. And even as you get older, especially depending on where you hang out, that's why I want to be more aggressive about, trying to find somebody. I don't go to clubs because of church. I won't be going to bars too much anymore unless my friends are like doing a show there or DJing there, and even then I won't be drinking. So like, where do I go? Where do I go to find my person now? What do I do?
Gotta go to the library. Gotta go to festivals.
Which I haven't. I'm not going to be able to go to Sonic here in a couple of weeks. I'm still mad about that. I'm going to try to go to Louder Than Life. Might even try to go. Hopefully, I can get stuff remotely caught up to possibly even go to Incarceration. But yeah, I'm actually wondering like, where do I find my girl? Because I've kind of like killed a lot of my options, although a lot of them was killed just off of reputation, because I wasn't about going to the club anyway, because most of the clubs that are any fun is well, yeah, they're gonna be fighting and shooting. Yeah, I'm not trying to go to the club and end up in jail. No,
True.
It just no. So I gotta somehow figure that out. But anyway, I liked I felt like, according to what ESPN was saying, that everybody covered what they needed. But the question is, like with the Raiders,
Mm-hmm.
what are they going to do? Because they look like they got some pieces to potentially be a problem.
But they're not going. I get they're not going to be a problem next year.
And I know,
They need to rebuild. And
but they've been rebuilding.
right, but they ain't been rebuilding right. This is the whole thing. This is why.
And this is why people are always crapping on Pittsburgh, because Pittsburgh won't rebuild, because Pittsburgh knows how hard rebuilding is, and they know that they go be catching flack for every year that it ain't. That's why they won't completely rebuild. I get it, and I'm surprised that the analysts don't get it. It's well, I mean,
They need to rebuild. There's no, because here's the thing. I saw Pittsburgh's draft. Pittsburgh and Oakland to me. I said Oakland. I'm sorry. Pittsburgh and Las Vegas are in the same boat to me.
okay.
Here, and the reason why I say that is because you're not going to sit there and tell me that Fernando Mendoza is going to be the franchise quarterback based off of what he did in the scheme in Indiana. That's my thing. When you sit there and you look at the people that became franchise quarterbacks that's in the league right now, how many of them only had 1 year of success in college?
For if you noticed, there was a growing trend of them talking about it on the shows, that the teams that seemed to be successful had older, more mature players.
Thank you. But also with that maturity and everything else, even if they bounced around, how many years was Drake made a hit? Drake made the quarterback at North Carolina.
3 or 4, wasn't it?
Yeah, 2 to 3 as a starter. Okay, Jalen Hurts. He started for Alabama, then went to Oklahoma.
Yeah.
Then let's see here, who else was in that Final Four, or who else was up there?
Let's see. How many years did?
Josh Allen was at Wyoming for multiple years. Even our good old friend Lamar Jackson was a quarterback for multiple years.
Yeah, and so was Mahomes.
Right.
3 years.
So, and we're saying, and we're talking about in power conferences, except for Josh Allen.
Right, and so that's where it gets murky, because he did start 2 years at Cal, and I know Cal was in what, the Pac-10.
The Pac-10, yeah.
And I know that compared to the Big Ten, it would be like comparing like Shador's 2 years at Jackson State. I get it.
Right.
So, and that's going to be the question. Seeing that his was different,
it wasn't.
I feel like they're clearly not trying to start him immediately.
And I hope that they're not. I hope that they're
I'm
not.
pretty sure that's why
Kirk Cousins got signed out there.
his agent cashed in. He's like, you guys know that y'all are not starting him when you draft him. Go ahead and give my guys money, and he'll come play for y'all for like a year or two. Come on.
And I hope that that's what the game plan is. But I hope that he can assimilate into that. Because yes, the Big Ten is the power conference right now. Yes, he did very well in there for that. But he was heavily scheme based. So you better make sure that your scheme is right. Because if it ain't,
Well,
no.
I mean, what they're supposed to do, they're supposed to figure out what the players' strengths are, and what a lot of, I don't know if you remember hearing, but like some of the most successful quarterbacks in the league, they figured out what they did good in college, and some of it, not all of it, depending on who the player was. Depending on who the player is, they brought some of it, not all of it.
Right. And I'm all for that. I'm not knocking that at all. What I'm saying is that when it comes to him, and then I think, and didn't Pittsburgh take Penn State's quarterback? They took Drew Allen.
Bro, I busted out laughing. I was like, wait, what? I'm sitting there and I saw like Pittsburgh takes Drew Aller. I'm like, what?
There was
Pittsburgh's becoming Cleveland.
Pittsburgh. Yep, because even with Cleveland, I've never seen a lot of teams really heavily rely on taking regional players. They took Pittsburgh took the guy took Drew Allen from Penn State. They took the guy from Navy that's from Pittsburgh.
Yeah.
And I thought it was another person that was either from Penn State or Pitt that they took.
Yeah, I felt like somebody got drafted that was from Cincinnati. Or
That went to one went to
or
Cleveland.
that was the Bengals. Yeah, that was the Bengals that picked up somebody. I think he went. He went.
He
somewhere.
played at St. X, the center.
Yeah.
Yeah. But at least he went away. Pittsburgh was like, we gonna stay right here in this beltway. Hey, you lived here. Come on. Hey, you played right down in half the belt. Come on up here. And it's like,
Well,
okay.
I mean,
You cannot base it's a lot of the draft, and I'm a big proponent of who was slam dunk that got into the draft that you was like, okay, I'm cool with them getting drafted. I think everybody's sleeping on Jeremiah Love getting drafted by Arizona. They felt like Arizona reached when they drafted him. They should have drafted him that high. But that running back and the scheme and the way that running backs have came back into the fold, him going out there to Carolina, I mean not Carolina, to Arizona. What happened?
what is wrong with people?
What happened?
Well, one story I'm reading. Shout out to Lawrence Taylor. Hopefully he is all right.
Oh yeah, he's in the hospital.
Yeah. But the other one that caught my attention just because of the utter stupidity. Apparently, an ex-Alabama Luther Davis entered guilty pleas in federal court in Atlanta to one count of a conspiracy to commit wire fraud, and
For the 20 million?
and one count of aggravated identity theft because he was trying to impersonate. He was impersonating NFL play. What?
I told you.
I'm doing this all wrong. I'm sitting up here trying to go to work and find a place that I can grow in and make money that way. And you got people just what?
There is a place. People who are more worried about getting it quick.
I mean, I'm doing it all wrong.
It's sad. It's legitimately sad how some of this is gotten. It's like I can't even get. I don't get mad at it anymore because I've been shown that it is what it is. But some of the stuff now with some of these players, and because I know you heard about what happened today
No,
with Sorsby.
no,
Oh, so you've been out the loop.
yeah,
UC former UC quarterback and now Texas Tech $5 million NIL signing quarterback Brendan Sorsby is now on an indefinite leave of absence from Texas Tech after it was revealed that he has a gambling problem. He is going into rehab for said gambling problem to where he has bet thousands of dollars on college football and other sports, including when he was a backup quarterback for Indiana back in 2022, betting on the Hoosiers to win while he was a student.
yeah. I've been out of it. Yeah.
That no, don't trust me. This all didn't hit since 2 o'clock this afternoon.
Wow.
Yeah. So think about it. That would have been on this doorstep if he would have came back and been at UC, and UC would have been scrambling. Now Texas Tech coming off of their college football playoff run, thinking that they had got a slam dunk with a possible NFL ready quarterback. Now after spring ball has to scramble to find another quarterback ready to go just in case if he's able to come back out of rehab and be able to play, that he won't get suspended or banned for betting on college football while he was a student athlete.
Yeah. 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 Oh God.
This is the can of worms that, in combination, and it's I'm not taking it as a shot towards NIL, but now you're giving these kids money and a taste of the money, and if they get thirsty for it, and now you got gambling involved, that you're setting yourself up. And it's crazy how
it goes back to what I constantly try to tell people. Quit assuming that money will change people.
well, yeah, yeah.
It shows that you don't pay attention to history. Yes, there are some people that are going to do the right thing, but even people that hit the lottery,
Screw it up. They still figure out a way to screw it up.
I
And
mean,
that's
and I've been really thinking about hitting the lottery. Hey, I'm getting up in age, man. I'm this whole this,
I
this
get I get you with that. It makes it hit differently now because you cannot you can't leave it out there for these people. You can't leave anything to chance right now with these investments that people are making into these teams. Now here's the thing. He's already being sued by UC for breach of his NIL contract for 1 million. Now, if he gets barred from playing, does he have to pay back the 5? And that's not even including the fact of what gambling debt he might have.
yeah, the money might already be gone.
Exactly. It's dangerous.
I just and again, this is not this is serious stuff. Like I said, this is not a hate thing. This is like it boggles my mind that people don't understand. And now, here's the other thing. Now, this part is petty on my part. I know this. I know the NCAA the people that were against this.
Mm-hmm.
Secretly, they are loving this.
Oh, they're loving every minute of it.
It's like yeah. Remember, we were the bad people. We were doing the kids
We were the
wrong.
ones that you shouldn't have. No, you're bad. You're wrong. You shouldn't be paying these people how to play. What is wrong with you?
You're supposed to be paying them. You're making all these, which technically not wrong.
It's
But to
not
go
wrong.
from zero to my God, how much are you paying them?
Right.
Like, no.
You're paying them. You paying some players NBA salary numbers. No, here's the thing, and this is where I didn't want to go down that rabbit hole, but I'm gonna jump down there real quick.
Okay.
There is no reason why a college basketball, college football player should be making more than the league minimum in the NFL or in the NBA per year. There's no reason.
Yeah.
But you got some players making more than people that are signing free agent deals in the NFL right now, or signing free agent two-way deals in the NBA right now. And they might be trash. But they're getting paid that because of the look. So now what? You're gonna have it. That's why they have to get this rules aligned, because if I'm an NFL player, if I don't get drafted, if I'm a Diego Pavia, which I think he exhausts, if I still had any type of, if I was a player like Pavia and I still had some type of available years of eligibility, and I applied to go to the draft, and I kept my eligibility because I didn't sign with an agent, which that rule is out the window because most of them already got agents when they come in there, and they turn around and I don't get drafted. You damn skippy, I'm gonna be trying to go back to college. And I would go back to college, and he would have been perfect. A player like him that had eligibility would be perfect for Texas Tech to sign after spring ball with a big question mark about your quarterback position. You got a known veteran that's out there for it that you can turn around and you can sit there and say, yeah, let's bring him in order to fill up the gap for right now.
Yeah.
But they got to fix these rules. They got to fix these rules. Because it's not going to get any better. It's only going to get worse.
Yeah. But like I said, I don't think the NCAA is going to be in any rush, because
Hell no.
it's kind of that situation of, now when we start changing the rules.
Y'all better not say shit.
Exactly. Exactly.
Don't say nothing. We gave y'all all this time to let y'all run roughshod. Y'all don't like how we doing it now? Tough. Because y'all made it this mess. We cleaning it up.
Yeah. And and the crazy part is as I always joke around with other people, humans is always gonna say something. They always gonna say something. Even when they shouldn't. They always gonna say something. So now, and another thing I want to point out, not every player is being irresponsible, because because some of the analysts, they were kind of joking about it, but there were players that were actually doing it. There's players sitting up there getting married, buying houses for their wife and their kids.
Mm-hmm.
So not everybody is misusing the money. A lot of there are some players that are using it responsibly and taking advantage of it.
They're
the right
investing.
way.
But see, they have people around them probably that's coaching them in order to do it the right way. You got a whole bunch of people that probably don't have it that way, that's just sitting up there saying, "Oh my God, all these zeros. We going to Sizzler. We gonna buy out Sizzler." And it's like, really? We about to buy out Sizzler for what? Cause you done made it to the big time, boy. You done made this family rich. And it killed. It's gonna kill him. It's gonna be this is just about to be hilarious.
Yeah. So, I feel like the Patriots didn't do bad. I liked a lot of they draft picks. I hope they pan out, especially anything dealing with the offensive line. Matter of fact, every team who picked an offensive lineman, kudos to you. I hope that they work out. I hope that they do not suffer a lot of injury, because if there is one spot that every team needed help,
Need some help on. It was offensive line. It was, man, was it?
bro, it just especially the Kansas City Chiefs, because they kind of seemed like they were suffering the luck of the Bengals. Like,
But see, they traded up and drafted that corner, and I don't think that corner was worthy of them drafting that high. That's what I'm saying. Like, some of the reaches that was in there, you knew what your obvious needs was, and you picked. This is where that there's a dangerous game with taking the best available player.
yeah, but with them letting go of what was it, Waddle?
No, yeah, I think so.
Yeah, there was a Waddle that obviously that was a wide receiver, but if I'm not mistaken, I thought they said that the corner that they had let go of, that his name was Waddle too. But yeah, that's it. If whenever a team, this happens whenever a team lets go of a veteran, they end up drafting that position in the draft.
Mm-hmm.
So
Because they're trying to get younger in that draft for that player. And it's like, I get it, but I always looked at the draft, especially after free agency, feel what I need to in free agency, and then draft in the background. Draft, you know what I'm saying? Draft what you get in free agency.
my
That's
bad.
why. That's why.
Trent McDuffie.
Okay, but that's why when they came out and they said, and I'm glad that a lot of the pundits said what they said about my Bungles. I mean my Bengals, because they didn't bingle it. When you think about it, and we talked about it last week, you have the number 10 pick in the draft. You know what your glaring holes are. Do I take somebody and it's the best available player, or can I parlay that into something that I known as a known commodity that might be the
Crap!
what happened?
No wonder they drafted. They lost every single starting DB that they had. McDuffie, Watson, Ward, and Snead. Everybody left.
Oh shit. Well, Kansas City gonna be
Yeah.
Kansas City's gonna be a sieve.
Let's see here. Ward left years ago to Indianapolis. LaDainian Snead got traded to Tennessee. Trent McDuffie to
Miami, I thought.
to Trent McDuffie to Los Angeles. Jalen Watts, the last member of the Super Bowl core, signed with the Rams.
Yeah, because they was talking about they reunited.
Yeah. Yeah. So, yeah. So yeah, they had to. That was a move they had to make. It's like,
But when you put it that way,
Right. You know, like I always say, details are important.
But it's still like nobody reached, and everybody's going to quarterback. They're going Monday morning quarterback all the picks until they get out there on the field. It's only a few of them that was slam dunks. I think David Bailey and the Jets is going to be a slam dunk. I think uh, Love and Arizona is going to be a slam dunk. Everybody else outside of there had asterisks.
Mm, I
It,
I don't know. I don't know about love in Arizona.
why?
That offensive line. Remember,
I get that.
that's
But
what
here's
killed
the
Connor.
thing. Okay, but here's the thing. What was Notre Dame's offensive line ranking last year?
I don't remember.
Hold on. Notre Dame. Offensive line ranking 2025.
According to this, it said they were ranked number 1.
Really? Entering the season.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Season review. They don't give it. They were ranked number 1, but I want to say that they finished in like the middle of the pack. Oh no, they finished. They finished. Oh no, here it is. New York Times. They finished 7th. 10-2.
Which that still that's still pretty good. Like,
Yeah.
That's
But
what I thought because not only did Jeremiah Love eat, but a couple of games that I watched, the other offense, the other the backup running back, he ate too. Yeah,
But
so
but I don't. He's the type of running back to where he gives them. He can if he hits the hole, he's gone. That he's not gonna have to worry about that offensive line, and that's where they're gonna have the they're gonna have to develop. They got time to develop with him, and he'll still be able to get his yard. Plus, he can catch out of the backfield. I would not be surprised if he does not take offensive rookie of the year this year, and then be putting up almost a 2,000 all-purpose yard season within year 2 to year 3. Especially if they get a step, if they draft a quarterback next season and let him grow with it. But I know you're not the only you're not the only one that shook their head at that when he was there. And but here's the thing: there was not too many offensive linemen that was graded that high to be a top 5 pick this year.
yeah, and my thing is this, especially when you come from a team that had a line and you go to a team that had a questionable reputation, which like we always talked about, Kyler looked great as long
With
as
the line.
as long as he didn't play anybody who had the defense that was the level of the Rams when they had Aaron Donald, Seattle's, and when they weren't injury depleted San Francisco's. As soon as they started playing teams with defenses like that, Kyle's awesomeness went. It was like crap. It was just here. It was huge. Where did it go? It just and so did the running backs. Like they've had some decent running backs that could run.
Oh yeah, I mean they got Connor still there.
But and what happened to him? He ended up getting injured because that line.
I I get that. But what I'm saying is that when Kyler, even with the line, when Kyler had success, what was Kyler doing? He was doing one read, 1.5 read, and he was gone. He was taking off running and scrambling.
And that was against that again. That was against the defenses that weren't that great. The reason why Arizona would disappear from the playoffs and the Super Bowl conversation is they would start playing like inter division games with the tougher defenses. Because even though San Francisco was injury depleted, they knew how to play Kyler in Arizona. So even against them, they defense looked like it was a problem enough for Arizona, and that's not good.
But see, I'm not taking away from any of that. But I'm gonna give you 3 players whose offensive lines was not that good. Well, okay. 2 players that offensive lines was not that good when they started playing for him, and they ended up putting up numbers. Okay. And these are his comps that he had.
Okay.
Bijan Robinson in Atlanta, and Alvin Kamara with New Orleans. And that's who he's comping to. And he's bigger than both of them.
Yeah, well.
Because the third person that they comped to was Jahmyr Gibbs, but I'm not giving Gibbs that because Gibbs, for all intents and purposes, until recently, Detroit has had a stellar line.
Right. And as you saw, his performance went the way that his offensive line went. Jahmyr Gibbs. Plus, let's remember how well Ashton Genty looked, and we see how, and they are worse. The Raiders line is definitely worse than Arizona's.
Right, but once Genty started getting comfortable behind that line, Genty started actually playing better once he got comfortable with running, because he had to get acclimated to how to adapt his style behind that line, behind that offensive line. That's another reason why I'm like, you got Mendoza, but you still need a line.
Yeah, Genty needs you to have a line. The wide receivers need you to whether they got him in the draft or they got him in free agency. Everybody needs you to get a line that is going to be ready week 1.
Mm-hmm. And it's like and a lot of these teams have not addressed that. This is why I said free agency and the draft works hand in hand. You have to address your biggest glaring issues, and if you don't address it because you want to go with the best player available during that time frame, it's not going to succeed. And there's too many teams that was up there that did not address glaring needs. Raiders got a quarterback, don't have an offensive line. Who else was up there? Hold on, going back to my draft pick. My draft, where'd it go? Let's just set it up. Where'd you go? There you go. Arizona, you got a running back. You need a line. Mm-hmm. Not being funny. I like it, but you need a line.
Yeah.
Carnell Lake with Tennessee. You got a wide receiver. Yeah. The Giants got the Giants fulfilled a need with a linebacker. Kansas City fulfilled a need with a cornerback. Washington fulfilled a need with a linebacker. Did New Orleans really need another wide receiver?
Possibly, yeah.
Cleveland got an offensive lineman. Thank the Lord. The Giants got an offensive lineman. Thank the Lord. Dallas got a star. They got a safety. Cool. Now, Bengals fans probably was like, well, see, Caleb would have been available if he would have been there. Not the way that Dallas was willing and dealing. Dallas would have traded up ahead of the Bengals if they would have kept that pick in order to get him. They wanted Caleb down.
Yeah. So,
okay, if they read the tea leaves, they got what they needed to for there. The Dolphins got an offensive lineman. Praise the Lord. The one, and I'm gonna give you this layup while I go run to the door real quick.
Okay.
What the hell was the Rams thinking? Ty Simpson.
I did. That was another time that I busted out laughing. But what they're thinking is they're planning for the future. They were definitely planning for the future. It's they're telling Matt Stafford that, hey, time's winding down. So if you sticking around to win a Super Bowl, you better get it. You better get us there because time is winding down. Just that plain, just that simple, and I am all for it. I am personally all for it because the issues with his back definitely made it where they can't say that did not affect the season last year. So, you know, I even if I get the confusion off of it, it was something that they needed to do because they need to plan for the future. Oh, jeez.
Man,
oh, wow.
What?
Apparently, the NCAA just suspended. They suspended a player from Memphis Tigers because of Penny.
Because of what?
Apparently, Penny gave his mom some money.
Oh my God, they're doing this again.
Yeah, it said Penny Hardaway's payment to James Wiseman's mom ended his college career. And then
Wiseman that was with the Warriors. That's James Wiseman.
Oh, let me see how old this is.
It might be the rule might just be hidden though.
Okay. Yeah, because apparently this was posted 7 hours ago. Huh. Yeah, because it says 2020 and it says 2017. So yeah, I guess. Yeah. Okay. All right. Yeah, I got a little caught up while you were gone, but like I was saying, they're planning for the future. They're telling Stafford that his days are numbered. They keep putting up with him and the whole the want more money every year and that thing that they go through. And then last year, one would question if he hadn't started having issues with his back, how the season could have possibly went. Yeah, we were just talking about it in the NBA. They're planning for the future, man. They're planning for the future. They know they have Stafford this year, so they know that he is not starting this year. And Stafford is a veteran that can mentor him and prepare him to become their starter.
And I get it. It's just that the way that whole thing went down, when they sat there and they said that they reached out to him the day of, and it didn't seem like McVay was all involved in it.
Right. That part. Yeah.
That's the part that's scary.
Because now there's a question of what was the conversation, and clearly was McVay's part of the conversation of no, that's not what we're doing. We got Stafford. We're gonna ride it till the wheels fall off. And somebody else said, yeah, that's your game plan. This is our game plan.
Right.
So that's not good as a whole, because not only could it be when Stafford's gone, it might be when Stafford's gone, McVay's gone.
Right. But which would be stupid, but we never know.
Well, I mean, let's kind of remember what happened the last time something like this happened. The coach got fired. Frank Reich, Carolina Panthers.
Hours here.
Frank Reich, Carolina Panthers. The owner wanted their current quarterback, Frank Reich, wanted C.J. Stroud. So now the way with the in his defense, that offensive line is part of it. Part of the issues that he's having down there in Houston. It may not be all of it, but it's part of it, and that's never good. Because even that was part of the issue that was going on in Carolina until they got it straight.
But I mean, that's what I'm saying. It's the whole way that whole thing played out. If that's the way that they're going to get McVay out, which makes no sense because McVay is still being successful, and
he's still being successful. But I mean, if they have a game plan and they're trying to make sure that they don't sit up there and ride him to the point to where when he what happens if something happens to him this year and his back goes out to the point to where he's done. They got nobody. Not only do they not have anybody in the moment, they got nobody for the future. So as much as I can agree with you that because of his what he's done for the franchise, it would be stupid. I can still see it happening, even for them to say, "Look, this is something we got to do. We got to protect our future. We do not want to end up like other teams that don't prepare, and then they end up just floundering. They don't want to be Pittsburgh. They want to get ahead of the curve. So, you know, Bryce Young was not the choice of Frank Reich. He thought that they would have been better with C.J. Stroud, but the way the offensive line is performing down in Houston, it would have been rocky for C.J. Stroud starting out had he gone to Carolina first. Although if the trajectory of the offensive line had improved, then we would have saw what we saw originally from C.J. Stroud, we would have eventually saw in Carolina. And who knows how far he could have taken that. Offensive line is important. Detroit has taken the lead 6 minutes away from halftime.
yay!
You bet no Detroit?
No.
All right. Well, look, we've had fun, but unfortunately, we got to wind this down. I now have to work in the morning, and I know that you got to prep up so that you can head home and everything. So, God, sports talk just never. God, I just wish I could do this all the time.
I know, buddy.
It just is so fun getting, especially now that we're getting so good at finding out stuff on the fly, breaking news. The breaking news stuff is definitely great, and we're gonna do what we can to just progress forward, progress up. Matter of fact, I'm going to shoot you a message. You get a chance to look at it. Let me know what you want to do, because I know there's something we've been talking about all year, and even if I do it myself only, it's going to be happening on the 30th. So I'm Dante Suave. This is Mystah Jay. This is United World of Sports. Like, share, and subscribe.
Everybody have a great week.
Yes. Enjoy all the sports. Hockey.
Definitely.
So,
all right. Later.
Yep, later.